Become a supporting member, which will grant access to a video gallery with daily uploads and also video requests. Please visit zionmembership.com. Alternatively, please use the link in the description box. Thank you. Chosen ones, empaths, there's something that the narcissist that was involved in your life despises. There's something that really irritated them about you. And it's the fact that you had a free thinking mind, right? And this free thinking mind that you had caused them to be intimidated by you, right? Because as much as they manipulate, gaslight, deceive, they do all of their tricks on you, these narcissists that are involved in your life, as much as they do that, the free thinking mind that you have and the independent nature that you have about your soul caused a real struggle for them to be able to manipulate you. They were facing a battle every day when they was in contact with you, whether this was a romantic partner, a friendship, or a family member. It caused them a real battle to be able to actually manipulate you to the way that they wanted to do it. And they didn't succeed, right? You may have got your feelings hurt. They may have done a myriad of things to you. But you have a resilient nature about yourself. And this free thinking mind that you have, you're able to see beyond the veil. They despise that. It really irritated them to the core of the narcissist. And it caused them to be intimidated. They're intimidated by people they can't control. They tried to control you to the best of their abilities, but they failed, right? They failed. Don't look at what happened through the scope of the narcissist. You need to look at it from a higher perspective, from a bird's eye view. And there was countless times they tried to coerce you and manipulate you into some situation, and you were resilient and you stood strong and you didn't allow it to happen, right? This happened countless times, and they're very intimidated by this because they're used to being able to control people. But when it comes to the empath and the chosen one, the empath and the chosen one is so good at mirroring the narcissist. They're so good at mirroring back to the narcissist what they truly are. And this narcissist that was involved in your life hated it. They hated when you mirrored back to them what they truly are, because when they looked at you, they saw themselves. They saw the decrepit soul that they are. They saw the weak, wasteful soul that they are. And this is what happened through their manipulation when they tried to manipulate you. They failed. There were so many times they tried to manipulate you. They tried to deceive you. And they failed. So many times. And they get intimidated. They get really intimidated and worried about people they can't control, because they like to have everything in their hands. They like to have control over everything, right? These narcissists that are involved in your life, they like to have control over everything. But you prove to be resilient. You prove to be steadfast, unwavering. You prove to be strong enough to not be manipulated by this narcissist. And they could have, whether it was a romantic partner and they cheated on you or deceived you, they done that, but that's on their own heads. That's on their own heads. There's so many things that they tried to do to you where they failed. And you just need to look back in retrospect at these situations of times where they tried to gaslight you, of times when they tried to manipulate you and they failed. And this caused them to be seriously intimidated by your presence. These narcissists involved in your life, when they discover that you're unwavering, you're not as easily manipulated as they once thought, a lot of them disappear. A lot of them would disappear. and they'll try and find a. This is where they use the narcissists involved in your life. They level back to what they're at their level. You're way beyond their level. You always were. You still are. No matter about the devaluation you went through, you still are beyond their level. You always were, always will be beyond their level. And there's something called leveling, where the narcissist goes back down to their level. And this is what often happens with them with new supplies. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It will take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But narcissists have this leveling nature in them. And because they're not able to obtain the supply, well, they get the supply from you, but they're not able to obtain full control over each aspect of your life. They backstep and they'll find a new supply, someone that's not an empath, someone that's not a chosen one. They'll find this new supply, they'll court this new supply, and they'll have someone that they can control and treat like a doormat. Now, none of you, no matter about the abuse you went through, you wasn't a complete doormat to the narcissist, right? And the thing is, this is where the narcissist finds themselves in a conundrum, the narcissist that was involved in your life. They find themselves in a bit of a pickle because they don't really enjoy being around someone that just is a doormat. And that's when they realized that they actually enjoyed your resilient nature. They enjoyed that you had a backbone and that you were able to stand up for yourself and you was unwavering. They actually enjoyed that. It sort of teased their appetite. It made it somewhat more enjoyable of the times when they did gain a victory over you, or they were able to manipulate you, or they were able to devalue you, and they were able to do something. It made it more powerful to them. It made it more something more to celebrate about. But when they have someone who's just a doormat, someone who they can walk all over. Now, I'm not calling none of you doormats, because I read in the comment section, I'm not denying that you've probably been through abuse from the narcissist. I'm not saying that, but you need to understand what I'm getting at here. There's a difference. As soon as you awoken to the abuse, you changed completely, right? You changed completely. You become a totally different person. Once you realize that this person, whether it was a friendship, a family member, a romantic partner, you realize that this individual didn't have your best interests at heart. You mirrored back to them exactly what they were, and they couldn't handle it. They can't handle an empath or a chosen one's mirroring. They can't handle it, and they're intimidated by your mirroring because they see themselves. And these were all of your victories. They need to be celebrated. You know, you made the narcissist feel away. You made the narcissist feel threatened. And it wasn't like you were threatening them or anything like that. You were merely just mirroring back to them exactly what they are. And this narcissist involved in your life felt threatened. They felt intimidated. They didn't feel safe because they were being mirrored back to exactly what they were. But this is because you have a free thinking mind. You're not a regular person. You have a free thinking mind. You're able to see beneath the veil. You're able to see things in a true perspective of what they are. And the narcissists hated this about you. They hated your free thinking mind. They hated the fact you're independent. And this is why they tried to make you a codependent. And some of you they succeeded with. They made you into a codependent. Yes, but they tried and they attempted and they twisted and they done so many things to try and make you into a codependent. But naturally, before you met them, you were probably a very independent person, right? But this free thinking mind that you have hasn't left you. You still have this free thinking mind. And it's a beautiful thing to have a free thinking mind. Even like it's one of the where they try to control the population, etc., through various means, they don't like people with a free thinking mind, right? So narcissists from the higher up in society, etc., they won't like a free thinking mind. It's something that threatens them. You having a free thinking mind is a beautiful thing. And narcissists in general are intimidated by people they can't control. They're intimidated by this free thinking mind. So don't think that you were just a doormat. You showed a myriad of times your resilience. You showed so many times how you were unwavering and you didn't just cave in. You proved to yourself and you proved to this narcissist that you're not to be taken for a joke. And this is why a lot of the times narcissists will run out on those and they will choose to level back down to their level someone who is a doormat. And when they do this, they later regret it and they later realize and appreciate everything that you did actually have as a unique individual you are. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session from myself, you can also find a link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. To become a supporting member, which will grant access to a video gallery and video requests, please visit zionmembership.com. Alternatively, please use the link in the description box. Thank you. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.